Hi, Anna. It's so good to see you again. I feel like it's been years since we've seen each other, but I think it was just back in January when we were all in Vegas together, if I'm not mistaken. So when I was thinking about sitting down with you today, I was thinking about, what are you doing? And as our VP of Business Development, you're oftentimes the person on the front line who is having those initial conversations with prospects or customers, and you're hearing those pain points in their business and talking to them about why they're considering AI for their business. So I'd love to just hear from your perspective what those conversations are like, what type of pain points people are coming to you with. Do they know how AI is already going to transform their business, or do they just know that it's a technology they need to adopt and are trying to figure out, where to put it in their business? What does that look like, and what do those conversations sound like for you?
Oftentimes come to us with the goal of embracing machine learning and AI within their organization, but they don't actually know for sure how or what's possible. And so usually we start with just trying to give people a fundamental, general understanding of the capabilities of AI and machine learning. Tell them, educate them on what it's good for, what it's not particularly good for. It isn't a crystal ball. It's usually only as good as the data that you have. So, we start there on kind of a broad scale, and so they can understand the overall capabilities, and then we apply that to their own organization. And so knowing that those are the capabilities within your organization, then what is it capable of doing for you? And that's very reliant on the data that you are collecting, or maybe the data that you have the ability to start collecting. And then once you kind of understand what it can do within your organization, then it's a matter of usually filtering and boiling it down to really what is the biggest pain point for the organization, and so what is going to be the best application, the most impactful way to really start incorporating machine learning within your whole organization. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it sounds to me, or what I use as an analogy, is when cloud computing first came on the scene, it was a new technology that a lot of businesses understood would be a game changer for them, but a lot of confusion as to if and how they should adopt, what that looks like. Are there analogies that you use that help our customers really grok, what AI can be for their business?
Yeah, definitely. We often draw a lot of parallels to the internet when it was in its infancy, and how everyone really knew it was an epical moment, and it was going to change the landscape of businesses going forward, but they didn't always know exactly how. I think there was a lot of floundering at first to find the highest, best use of the internet within an industry and a vertical, or all the way down to an individual business. We saw a lot of things that didn't work so well, and then a lot of things that worked great, and have evolved since then, right? And it's now such an integral part of what we do. And now what we are seeing, overlay that with the current pandemic crisis going on, and the economic conditions. A lot of those, what we initially thought was the best use case, might be changing, because we're now these organizations are looking for more ways to automate and to cut costs and create some efficiencies. So we're constantly evolving and changing ways we're looking to apply this. And I'd say it's an ongoing discussion with each one of these organizations, but it's really cool to find the best use case and start there, and then it's kind of a snowball effect after that, because there's so many possibilities, really.
Yeah, that's great. And that's what I love about our company so much, is we're not just purpose built for one particular industry or to solve one particular problem. We can grow and evolve with the businesses, but also, even just a simple conversation and look at some data, we can come up with some light bulb opportunities to apply our technology to businesses. So I think that's really cool. And I think what I really hear you saying is, don't be afraid to jump in the AI water, but start having those conversations, because you might discover things that you didn't know you could solve with AI that will really transform your business. Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
My last question then, and you touched on it, but we are unfortunately still in the middle of this pandemic, and we are still home, and hence us being virtual. So what are you doing to pass the time, to stay sane, to stay connected, just to get through this year?
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to enjoy the Seattle summer weather as much as possible. So doing as many things as I can outside, playing a lot of tennis, trying to be on the water, you know, boating and at the beach, lots of dog walks and runs, just trying to make the most of it while we have this great sunshine.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Anna. It was really good to catch up and just hear a little bit more about how you've been doing and how conversations have been going on your end. I hope we can do this again soon, but I also hope we can see each other for real in person
Yeah,
even sooner.
absolutely. It'd be great to see you soon. But thanks. It was always good talking to you.
You as well. All right.